Considering some basic data management principles can make your life easier and help you prepare to comply with data sharing policies from funders. We'll cover a few essential basics in this module. What can data management mean for you? Data management leads to greater organization of data and workflows. Organized data is more comprehensible either to others or to the researcher who created them when they look back at it later. Organized workflows lead to more efficient research processes, and data management ensures access to data in the future, either for others or for the researcher themselves. What does data management mean? Data management is the process of validating, organizing, protecting, maintaining, and processing scientific data, while data sharing is making that data available for use by others. One of the simplest ways to think about data when just beginning a project are the FAIR principles: findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. Can others who want to use the data find it easily? Does it have a persistent identifier, such as a DOI, that can travel with it, as well as metadata that enables its findability? Once they find it, is it clear how they would access the data if it's not immediately freely downloadable? A concept that is useful in considering this is to make the data as open as possible, but as closed as necessary. Can the data work in a variety of platforms, not requiring special software or machines to analyze? And do you have documentation that clearly describes the data set such that it can be reused easily, including a README plain text file? Some parts of data management are simple habits that, when used throughout a project across a whole research team, can make the management much easier in the long run. Things like naming conventions and file organization schemes, where names are very clear about what it is, even if that file is moved from its home folder. Other habits include saving data in file formats that are not proprietary. For instance, a file type produced by a proprietary statistical software. It's much easier to share data that is in a format that is easy to manipulate and can be used in many common platforms. These formats include XML, CSV, PDF, and TIFF files. Also, consider how you store and preserve your data, considering accessibility and ease of use, and how long that data will last on any particular medium. A thumb drive that is stored in your home office is not the most secure, stable, or advised way of storing data. The National Institutes of Health has had a data management policy since 2003 for all grants over $500,000. However, there are no mechanisms in place to enforce this policy, nor are the data plans in the grant applications being scored at the time of this recording, making them much less of a priority in many cases. However, a new policy will go into effect January 25th, 2023, and it will apply to all NIH grants regardless of amount. The link provided on this slide provides much more detail about the new policy. The NIH policy defines scientific data as the recorded factual material commonly accepted in the scientific community as of sufficient quality to validate and replicate research findings, regardless of whether the data are used to support scholarly publications. Scientific data do not include laboratory notebooks, preliminary analyses, complete case report forms, drafts of scientific papers, plans for future research, peer reviews, communications with colleagues, or physical objects, such as laboratory specimens. The new policy states that a data management and sharing plan is required, and compliance with the plan will be determined by the NIH Institute, Center, or Office, and should include the following elements: a description of the data type that will be managed, preserved, and shared, including the amount or size expected, the software and tools used to collect it, including any special coding needed, the level of aggregation that will be applied to the data, if any, and information about how the managed and shared data will be processed prior to sharing. Documentation about the study protocol to interpret the data. Information including metadata about where the data will be stored, how it will be findable, when access to it would be expected and for how long, and how you will provide access, including any limitations coming from informed consent or privacy protections. Also, it should include information about who will monitor and manage the data and how often oversight will be done. At any rate, the plan should include enough information so as to support replicating the study or reusing the data. Other funders, such as the National Science Foundation, have their own policies that are similar in nature but with some differences. For example, the NSF includes physical collections and samples in their policy. Various units of both the NIH or NSF may have specifications or standards that you will need to consider as you write your plan. Also of note is that the NSF updates their guidance more frequently than the NIH has historically done. Additionally, many major publishers have their own requirements for sharing data for articles published within their journals. This includes PLOS, Nature, Cell Press, and Science. OSU makes a tool called DMP Tool available to help you write a data management and sharing plan. Within this tool, templates for numerous funders are built into the interface, allowing you to address all common elements as required by each funder. To access DMP Tool, go to https://dmptool.org, click Sign in the top ribbon menu, or Get Started button. Since OSU is affiliated with DMP Tool, choose the option for institutional affiliation. Start typing Ohio State, and the choice for it will pop up. Select it and click Go. This will prompt your typical OSU name.number login process. From there, you will have the option to create a plan. Select the funder for your grant and continue to follow the prompts to complete your plan. Prior to the 2023 change in NIH, you have the option to use the current template for NIH, which is very plain, or the 2023 template. The 2023 template has many more elements included, so you have all the prompts you need to write a good plan. Keep in mind, plans must be 2 pages or less for both NIH and NSF. Other funders may have different limits on length. Once you are done, you can download and finalize your plan. You even have the option to allow others at OSU or anywhere to read it or keep it private if you prefer. For general questions about data management and sharing plans, use the contact information presented on the slides. For the colleges of medicine, nursing, dentistry, optometry, and public health, hslref@osumc.edu, or datamanagement@osu.edu for all other colleges.